Shut the fuck up!
Angry Aussie.
G'day viewers, breaking news, I am dictating the flow of the Australian federal election. The One Nation candidate I talked about the other day has actually pulled out of the election after basically anyone who saw anything to do with her idiocy said she was an idiot. Alright, so this is not really about me, but the fact that she's pulled out of the election, well, that's news and interesting news to me on a number of fronts. And the biggest is One Nation, who are, well, let's call them a political party. It would be equally accurate to call them a bunch of fuckwits, shameless, opportunistic morons exploiting bigotry and ignorance. Let's just shorten that to political party. So when you're a political party and your whole thrust is about playing on people's fears, insecurities, and ignorance about things they just don't understand. I didn't know there was a point where you could go so low that you couldn't successfully represent them. We now know there's a bar. It's set really quite low, but if you can't hurdle over it, you actually can't represent One Nation. Now, the leader of One Nation says that the young lady didn't get kicked out by them. She chose not to go forward after the kerfuffle. And honestly, that was her choice. I think that's the first promising sign for her. I think it's maybe she's learned, you know what, maybe public life is not for me. I thought I could go out there and just brain fart out whatever bit of idiocy came to my head because I'm so convinced that scaring people about brown people lets me get away with anything. I've learned I can't just do that. I've learned I need a basic competence. Even if everything about me and my representation of my party is bigotry, I just have to get the actual bigotry right. I can't call Islam a country. I can't say Jews follow Jesus Christ. As several people pointed out in the comments for that video, Muslims actually hold Jesus Christ in more reverence than Jews do. That's just a minor technicality, really. But you gotta love the little presentation done by the Mr. Savage who fronts One Nation saying why Stephanie Banister was pulling out. He did the classic utter fucking bullshit lines about, she's been picked on for a minor gaffe. No, you fucking idiot. Everyone's laughing at her for a succession of mind-numbingly stupid statements. Not one. Anyone can make one. And under pressure, a lot of people can make two. But to make a whole succession of statements that are just utterly clueless and utterly wrong, and they're about her core issues, okay? Her core issues is, woo, Muslims, bad, and she can't even get it right. It's just not on. And even for One Nation, apparently it's not on. And honestly, on the other front on this, the guy's saying, she's been threatened. I think he's talking shit. I think he's fucking lying. I can't prove he's lying. He can't prove the bullshit he's talking actually happened as well. And I'm sure there were some keyboard warriors out there who are being vicious and hurtful on Facebook or whatever. Anyone who went out there, big man, threatening and abusing her, you're part of the problem as far as I'm concerned. Laugh, certainly. Point out incompetence and patheticness, yes. Say this isn't good enough, yes. But actually attacking someone and being hateful and bitter, you're actually part of the problem. That doesn't help anyone. But yes, and look, for all the people who pointed out when I said I don't think there's been as big a fuck up as her, and they went with Sarah Palin and Michelle Bachmann, good try. Those two are both capable of making statements that are fairly clueless. Michelle Bachmann in particular is capable of just saying things that are blatantly untrue, and it's easily proven that she's saying things that are untrue. But I haven't seen either of them just say like 4 big wrong things in a row. Just wrong. Not lying. I don't think Stephanie Banister was lying. I just think something upstairs wasn't actually processing reality, and she was saying the weirdest thing. Her big fallback is, I didn't mean to say Islam is a country. I meant to say Islamic countries. Even if that gets forgiven, you still, everything else you went on that was utter shit. Okay? But yes, I will personally give her one thing in her favour. She's made the choice. I shouldn't go forward with this. I'm not ready for public life. I haven't prepared enough for it. And I really didn't realise I could be answerable for something. And honestly, for me, that's the big problem with the people who push these lines. One Nation are the standout in Australia. They don't seem to think they're answerable for their lies and bullshit and ignorance. And they've come crashing down to earth with this. Oh, wait. People actually know when you go that far out into unacceptably stupid territory, people actually might hold you accountable for it. I'm not holding my breath that this becomes the mainstay in politics, that politicians generally are held accountable for the shit they talk. But, you know, we're in there with a chance. But for today, hey, look, that's in the last week. I correctly predicted who the new Doctor Who would be. Shut up, factards. He's listed in the original show as Doctor Who. And I pointed out this was possibly the stupidest politician in the world. So many people agreed with me. She's gone. I'm not saying I'm God. I just have some godlike powers. That's the news, and that's the truth.